Lisa Arcia with the Flamingo Group, and I am sitting here today with Erica and Sarah discussing the distance to Disney.
Yes, and a lot of people ask us, how close does my house need to be to Disney? How far is this from Disney? A lot of people are concerned they're going to end up buying a house that's like way on the other side of town and they're not going to be able to rent it out. That could happen if you don't know where you're buying. And Lisa and Sarah specialize in knowing the communities to buy in that are close enough to Disney to where you can rent it out. And a couple general rules of thumb, that people want to know is, about distance is within 20 minutes is what we usually tell them.
Right.
Or 8 miles.
It's usually an 8-mile corridor through the Disney Four Corners area. You're usually either going to buy truly in Kissimmee, which is the heart of Disney 192, which will put you about 1 mile to 2 miles from the entry point of Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. Then you have that 10-mile drive, 10-minute drive, that's going to put you off of 27, which you're in Davenport, which is going to be a little bit farther. So again, it really depends on the client and what they're looking for. A lot of the resort-style communities near 192 have the shuttle service, and what I do see is 80% of my clients that even come in and buy, or while they're here, rent cars.
Right.
So to have that 5 to 10-minute drive, people really realize that once you drive it, it's not that bad. What I do find is a lot of clients that are doing research online through Google Earth, and truly when they're speaking to me, feel that they're so far out. But once you physically get down here and drive those communities with me, you're literally a 10-minute drive. And Orlando is not a very big area, nor is the niche market that we work in. Most communities are street after street, or really across the street from each other. So it's a very small corridor within that Disney area.
Right, and you really start to get, find your way around with shortcuts and things like that. I mean, it's really easy to get from one part of town to Disney if you know where you're going. Otherwise, if you're relying maybe on a GPS, it's going to take you the long way down the highways. What looks like a 20-minute drive could very well be cut down to a 10 or 15-minute drive if you go the right ways. Another thing that Lisa brought up that I think is important for us to discuss real quick is people who rent cars versus people who don't rent cars. Mm-hmm. You're going to have most people staying at your place that are renting a car. I mean, it's just how it is. Very rarely do people come here and not rent a car. There is a small percentage of them, and I believe there's a market for that, to market to the people that are not going to rent a car. And we have about a handful of communities, maybe 3 or 4, that are great for people that don't want to rent a car. But the rest of them are, based on the fact that everybody's going to be renting a car, and they can get around town. Go ahead.
No, what I was going to say too, what a lot of people don't realize too, the Kissimmee area is so crowded at this point. So everything is getting built out through Polk County, which actually puts you into Davenport. And what a lot of people don't realize too is, about a year or 2 years ago, and quote me if I'm wrong, the new 429 expressway is now running through 192. So for the families that are staying at the true west side of 192 heading into the Davenport area, they don't need to come up and jump on I-4 to get to Disney. You jump on the 429 north, and actually your first exit is Animal Kingdom. Yep. So as things are starting to grow and build outward, there's easier access, so you're not as far away as most people think.
Yeah, the vacation home market has come a long way in 20 years. New highways, new roads, exits, everything. So if you leave it up to us, you're in good hands. We'll be happy to show you on a map where you're going to be, but you're really going to get a feel for it when you come down here and you drive around with us to kind of see where you're at. So if you have any questions for us about, communities, how far from Disney and so forth, please drop us a line via email, visit us on the web, give us a call. We're happy to discuss it with you confidentially. There's never any pressure to buy. We're just happy to consult with you. And also, feel free to subscribe to our website because we're constantly posting new videos and sending out emails on new communities that are coming out in the market, because there's a lot of new inventory that does not hit the MLS that we know about. So be sure you're on that list, as well as like us on Facebook so you don't miss out on any good stuff. Thank you for your time, and we hope to chat with you soon. Cheers.